Hey man, I made a video yesterday. I wasn't able to post it. Got tied up yesterday. Never got around to it. I'm going to keep it, but because I think it's a good message. But I screwed up making that video. Down towards the end, I started talking about a lady that Fort Lee was named after. Gregg-Adams was her name. She was a major in a book I was reading last fall, and but she actually ended her career in the service as a lieutenant colonel, and she was actually one of the highest ranking female officers in the service at that time, back during the Second World War. And but I thought her name was Harrison, and I thought Fort Lee had been renamed to Harrison, but it wasn't. It was Fort Gregg-Adams, I think. I still call it Fort Lee, but it's newly had its name changed. It's going to take me a few years to go with Gregg-Adams, but you don't do something for 50 plus years and then all of a sudden change in one day. But I just wanted to apologize, and I didn't mean to mislead. It was just a mistake on my part. I misremembered, so I wanted to put this out there first. And I appreciate you watching, and I hope you get a little something out of it. Enjoy it. Hello, welcome back, Steve's Corner. Rocking chairs and cowboy movies. Real quick before I start this, I wanted to get this as my background, but it darkened my face. I couldn't have that. Can y'all see this crepe myrtle tree, how pretty it's come up? It's got a great shape to it. It's a spring bloomer. We got a light pink one at the house, but it don't bloom till the fall. It sure is a pretty tree there. I'm thinking about cutting mine back and making it a bush. But this is the field behind Mom and Daddy's. I'm behind them today. We used to play softball out there, play the frisbee, fly kites. When I was a kid, it was all just an open field over yonder. Then after I moved away, the guy that lived in the house way back yonder started growing bamboo, and they took over that whole field. And eventually somebody got it cut down. It ain't come back yet. And that's just the trees that had grown up in that middle of that daggone bamboo field, that bamboo grove. But I'm over here. Got some weights my boy had at the house when he was little. I brought them over here to Mama's so I can use them. I try to get on 2 or 3 times a week. Most time it's just one, but you got a little jump rope in that rocking chair right there. You want to humble yourself, Doc. You try to jump rope. But anyways, I was over here at Mama's. It was Sunday. It was Easter Sunday. I always try to get over on Sunday afternoon. If I don't do anything, I try to get over here and visit her on Sunday afternoon. Something I've been doing for years. When Dad was alive, I'd come over every Sunday. They got to just give them something used to it, you know. But the thing is, what got me thinking yesterday when I was over here, me and Mama sat down and watched a cowboy movie. Sunday afternoon after church, she gets home. I try to stop by. And a lot of times that's what we do. Because I love them old cowboy movies. And she likes Gunsmoke. I don't really particularly care for Gunsmoke, but I'll watch it if that's what she's got on. But and it got me to thinking on my way home yesterday, you know, it ain't nothing, man. It's a couple-hour movie you sit down and watch together. Maybe she'll scramble me an egg, or have an egg sandwich, or fried bologna sandwich, or something, you know. Just talking about her week and what's been going on. And the same thing for Dad. When he was alive, I don't know if y'all could see or not, but right there on the other side of that piece of privacy fence, at one time they had a swimming pool over here, so they had a privacy fence up. And when the gate was closed, which they don't have there anymore, you can't see in the backyard. But right there underneath that awning is they got a little stoop there going into the side of the house. It's a washroom. Then it leads directly into a big den there, right on the end, right on the other side of that little bitty window. So whenever I'd pull in, I'd park over here in the driveway and come up them steps. I'd peek back in the corner here. And Dad used to always be sitting in a chair right over here, right over near that propane tank. And he had 2 or 3 chairs over there. I got them at the house now. Little rocking chairs. Little beat up chairs like this old green one here. That he drug off from somewhere. Somebody getting rid of it, so he'd drag it home and he'd use it for sitting there. Done a lot of sitting and thinking about doing things. He got to the point where he just didn't have the energy to do a lot of them, you know. But I'd come out here and sit with him before I even stepped in the house, because I knew if he didn't see me come in, he would never go in the house. And it was the same with him. Just sitting there talking to Bull. If I got a question, I ask him. If he's curious about something, you know, he'd ask me. An hour or so, then we go inside and sit with Mama for a while and talk to her. It's a darn shame that you have to get old and bald-headed before you realize that, you know, what really matters, you know. You know, those are little bitty times out of my day or out of my week that, you know, as you get older, you look back and think, man, those were fantastic times, you know. Don't overlook the small moments in life. Looking forward to them big moments. Those are great and all, Doc, but them little daily interactions and stuff you have really, as you get older, it means a lot more to you, I believe. It has me. It's something I never realized going through it, how special them little moments were. But it makes a big difference as you age. You know, when we're young, we're busy, we're hustling, trying to make a dollar, make a living, raise a family, pay a mortgage. You know, you get kind of wrapped up in that stuff and you forget about them little bitty moments like that mean the most the older you get anyways. I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you can hear that live fire. Down at the end of Mom and Dad's road, about a half mile down the end of the road there, it starts getting swampy and the river's on the other side of it. But right across there is Fort Lee. It's been there since the First World War, I believe. They shut it down in between the World Wars, and then they had to reopen it for the Second World War. It used to be it was a women's army base when they started it out. Now it's a training base. But they're doing live fire down there today. They're firing off them howitzers and stuff. Every once in a while you'll hear a big boom, or they'll be firing machine guns or something down yonder. So, that base is named after last year they renamed it Fort Harrison, I believe. I believe it's 2 names, but I know one of them is Harrison. Is named after I believe it was a lady major back during the Second World War. I just read a book about it last fall sometime called Valiant Women, about them starting up the Women's Air Corps and the Women's Army and stuff like that for the Second World War, the troubles they went through. And she was a major I believe she was a major in the Women's Army. A lot of people don't realize that was a volunteer. They didn't get paid. They weren't covered under anything by the government, like life insurance. If they got killed, their family didn't get no money for them or nothing like that. They had to fight like crazy for the whole war before it became actually part of the actual Army and the Air Force. It was amazing. I think it took them about 2 or 3 years once the war started. What happened was the government started getting short of manpower. They needed to make them official. The Air Force ladies would transport planes, and they always had to check their planes because the men were ticked off. They thought they was taking jobs from them, so they had to check their planes, make sure they weren't sabotaged. I can't believe they would do that kind of stuff. I don't know. But y'all take care of yourselves, man. Enjoy the day. It's a pretty day out here. I'm gonna go in and sit with Mama for a little bit, and then I got some junk I gotta tackle at the house. Y'all take care. We'll talk to y'all later.